At your service, sir. A bit chilly.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not too bad. It'd be better if it wasn't raining, though.
My respects.
Greetings. How can I help?
Excuse me, sir. My name is Henry, and
Forget the pleasantries. Czego chcesz?
I've come about Sir Jerzy Kopolahlavi.
Ależ, no w takim razie to znacznie gorzej, prawda? Such a distinguished visit. What do you want from me?
I want you to give him his things back. His armor and horse.
Oh, you want them, do you? Well, I suppose I ought to get right to it. And toss in a few extra groschen on top, eh? I'd rather let the armor rust than give it back to Jezek. Did he even tell you how he lost it?
He told me you argued, and he challenged you to a duel.
And did he tell you why?
Because you torched a village full of innocent people.
Innocent people! Precz tego skurwysyna. They tried to cheat us. They gave us sacks full of sand instead of flour. They knew exactly what could happen to them.
But I understand that you're mad at Jezek, but he needs help. It's just not right for a lord to become a thief.
So that is what his lordship from Hololavi is doing now.
What else is left when you've taken everything from him? You're the only one who can do anything about it.
Yes, maybe I can send my men to drag him here in chains and lash him with a whip.
Now, you know what? Since there's no reasoning with you, we'll do it another way. In the name of Sir Jezek, I challenge you to a duel.
You? You'd better turn around and be glad I'm not going to kick your ass out of here.
Well now, is the brave knight afraid he might lose to me? What would your men say about that?
Careful, boy. You have been quite entertaining so far, but I will not be mocked.
All the more reason to give me a good beating then, isn't it? And in public, no less.
If you want it so badly, let us do this properly. We will engage in 3 rounds. Pole arms first, then short swords and shields. And finally, like proper knights, with long swords. Each man shall take his own weapons and armor, and whoever bests their opponent in at least 2 rounds wins. I will wager Jezek's horse and knightly armor. You match the price in groschen. What do you say?
I accept.
Excellent! Get yourself the necessary armor and equipment. When you are ready, bring me the coin, and we will start.
This fucking... Damn it.
Stop! Leave that lock alone!
Halt! All right! You caught me. I surrender.
Don't think I don't know what you're doing. I know a thief when I see one. And what you were doing with that lock sure was suspicious.
Restrain yourself. Let me inform you in good faith, if you think you can just give me a whipping, then you'll be defying the law of the land. And you'll suffer the consequences.
Excuse me?
Only the heathens do that. We Christians apply the law justly. You are a good Christian, are you not?
Well, of course I am. But what am I supposed to do with you then?
First and foremost, you must inform the court scribe in Prague what misdemeanor has been committed. Upon which, he shall make a record, and then inform you what you should do according to the law.
You're having me on, right? I'm not gonna go to Prague on account of you.
Well, according to the law of the land, you should. But I understand that's no easy matter. Look here. Nothing terrible has happened, right? So let's agree to forget the whole thing, and you won't have to go to Prague.
All right then. But promise you won't get up to any more mischief.
Naturally. You have my word. Well, this one's gonna need some more work. It's almost finished. Now I just have to temper it.
Just a little longer. Welcome. What can I do for you?
All right, I'm ready. We can fight.
It is a little late now, do you not think? Come back in the morning.
All right,
Tough span, but you have to put down
here you go. Down to the last groschen.
just how I like it. How should the herald introduce you?
I trained as a blacksmith, and I'm not ashamed of it. Let everyone know that today, you will be defeated by Henry the blacksmith.
Suit yourself, brave blacksmith. But you will see there is a big fucking difference between a hammer and a sword. Come on. I cannot wait.
Hail, gentlemen, brave knights, loyal comrades. Today, we will witness a duel between Sir Savage of Garboth, called the Black, and Henry the Blacksmith. Henry, a commoner, will fight today in the name of Sir Jezek of Holohlavi. The noble lord of Garboth has decided to accept the challenge because of this very fact. With 3 duels, they will settle once and for all the disputes between the Lord of Garboth and the Lord of Holohlavi. I ask both combatants to take their positions and take up arms. Let the clash of pole arms begin. Lord lavish of Garabov, just as we expected. Both combatants may now catch their breath and have a bath made tend to their wounds before the next round.
Damn that hurt.
It's nothing, you baby.
Give Ellie! Combatants are ready for the second round. The duel with one-handed weapons can begin. And thus the duel of shields comes to an end. And the winner is Henry the Blacksmith. Unbelievable! God must have guided his hand. Both combatants may now tend to their wounds and rearm themselves for the third and final duel. The noblest fight begins. The longsword duel. Its end, and the undisputed winner is Henry the Blacksmith. He's defeated his rival with an incredible performance.
I'll treat you.
All three duels were...
Oh, damn.
I can look at it, but I bet...
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. The brave Henry has defeated the Lord of Garabov in 2 fights today. And thus he has cleared the name of the valiant Sir Jezek of Horovlavi. The dispute between these two gentlemen is now at an end. Glory to the victor, honor to the vanquished. My God.
Well, is that everything?
Is it not enough for you? I admit it. You know how to fight. I have won a few tournaments, defeated all kinds of knights. But I did not beat you.
You put up a good fight, I'll give you that.
You don't have to kiss my ass. I know full well I botched it. You will find the horse stabled up by the gate, and you can take the armor from my chest.
Haven't you forgotten something?
The groschen are in the chest, too.
All those poor people whose village you torched finally got justice.
I'm sure it'll warm their little hearts when they're digging through the ashes for a bit of flour they didn't want to give us.
Well, that should be everything. Yes, sir. Sure to be happy.
And you do.
May God give you help. Control so and bring the nest.
What goes around, comes around.
One might come right around on yours.
Hey there, pony. If only you knew how much trouble you caused me, friend. But I'm sure, yes, eh? Go! Whoa! Mind pointing out where we are? Go! Great. All right, boy, we're here. I'm sure your master is waiting for you.
Is this your first time riding a horse, you moron?
Mr. Goat.
Good day to you.
About these things of yours.
Did Zavish listen to you? Tell me, how did it go?
Unfortunately, it didn't work. The armor stayed with him.
What are you blabbering about? Do you think I'm blind? You're wearing it.
What, this? I'm just yanking your pizzle. Little joke, see?
Damn stupid joke. And what about my horse? Is Zavish taking good care of him?
He's waiting for you at the inn. He's really quite a good horse for his age.
The best. The House of Hololavi will be forever at your debt. Take this shield, so at least you'll have something to remember me by if this is farewell for good, which is quite likely given how old and grey I am. I'd like to give you my spurs. You may not be a knight, but they can still be of use to you.
Ah, it was no bother. And what are you going to do next? I trust you're done with robbing.
As the Lord is my witness, I'm done. It's time for me to go home. I haven't been there in years, and somehow I feel it in my bones that I shouldn't put it off.
Well then, I'm glad to have met you, Sir Knight.
Godspeed, valiant Henry.
Greetings to you too.
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
I'd like to learn to hold.
Fine, but it'll take some time.
Service, sir. Good.
Stop that whistling!
Keep your eyes on the road, you fool!
Quick! Quick! Go!
It's a scary place out there.
Nothing but footpads and ruffians, eh? I keep saying this country needs a firm hand.
I saw that firm hand of yours with my own eyes. Some bastards burnt down a farm near Nimburg.
Shit, who was it?
I don't know. But it wasn't some rabble.
Christ. Where are the royal captains when you need them?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the royal captains, settling scores with the local lords.
Christ. That's bloody awful.
Aye. A strange war.
A strange and fucked up.
I'm a bit lost. Do you know where we are?
Why the long face? Oh,
got this nasty premonition.
What premonition?
I've got a barrel of ale at home. I'm afraid it'll go bad on us soon. Someone should really do something about that.
Aye, I'm in a right bind. What are friends for if not to help each other?
Great! It's a deal. Go ahead and tell France and Bartek, too.
What?
Would you happen to have room for me? We're headed the same way.
I was wondering if you'd lend me your bullock when it's time to sow winter grain.
I need to plow too, you know.
What if you lent me the bullock on Lord's Day? You're not gonna plow on Sunday, are you?
No. And nor should you.
Except I don't have a bullock, and you won't lend me yours on any other day.
Go and see the priest first. If he says it's all right, I'll be happy to help you, friend.
The journey passed by nicely. Thanks.
What are you whistling so?
Whoa!
Good to see you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
Me. Careful. I've traveled the whole road. Now I will tell you. In the shout, I saw a land without end. All covered in sand, hot and dry.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
You really won't have anything to drink?
You know it.
What bodyguard would care if someone has a drink?
The kind who cares about people's...
There's a couple of things I'd like to ask you.
That's good. You've got a lot to learn, lad.
For a glorious army, we seem to spend a lot of time sitting on our arses. When are we going to fight?
Soldiering is mostly sitting around on your arse. Listen to someone with experience and be glad nobody's trying to brain you with a halberd yet. But if you're bored, you could empty out all the latrines of the camp. What do you say?
Actually, I've got a lot to do. I didn't mean to complain.
That's more like it.
Shouldn't I get a weapon as a new soldier?
If you'd have come from Prague with us, you might. But you just joined up. You shouldn't have joined the army if you don't have anything to fight with.
Who should I ask about my pay?
You haven't even gone into battle with us yet, and you already want to fill your purse. You'll get your pay in sedlets from the king himself. But first, you have to fucking earn it. Got that?
I heard you were recently in a battle at some fortress. Nebukov, was it?
You heard right. But you won't hear any tales of glorious adventure about it, I'm afraid. A band of footpads is holed up there, so we kicked them out on their arses. No wall can withstand a cannon like our finger of God, you know? It's not like how we used to conquer fortresses in my younger days.
Could I see the cannon?
You will when the time's right, don't worry. Once we've sorted out the mess here and reached Sedlitz, I'll show you. Christ knows, you might even get a chance to fire it soon.
I've come about that charter you're looking for.
Have you got it?
Yes.
By Christ, Henry. All them men couldn't find it, and you just come strolling in. And the soldiers who were taking it to Sedlitz, did you find them as well?
Aye. But they weren't planning to go to Sedlitz. They deserted, and were hiding out in the sawmill near Lahota.
Horsons. Where are they now? What did you do with them?
I was lucky enough to catch them off their guard. They're dead.
You took them all on by yourself? You must have been damn fucking lucky. That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry. Here, take our Laufenrock and wear it with pride. And you know what? I think you should get paid right now.
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. You know the first thing every real soldier does when he gets paid? He gets shit drunk! Musa, did you hear that? Henry here found us that stupid document.
And he dealt out the traitors. Perhaps even too well for my taste.
Let them rot in hell, the Horsens.
And what now? Will you head out for Sedlitz?
The sooner the better. Don't tell me you'll miss me.
It is just that you have not finished telling me the story of George and the dragon.
Really? All right, but telling a story like that needs a proper drink first. You too, Henry. Drink.
As you command, sir. To the Praggers.
Long live the Praggers. At last, I don't have to drink alone. Moose is not much of a drinking companion, see?
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses, but they are also sinful. And much more sinful than beneficial. I mean, look at yourself. A man should have 4 humors in his body. But you have replaced them all with alcohol.
You're no saint yourself. I've heard from the bathhouse wenches how you can't take your eyes off them.
Every creature is beautiful and noble. For Allah created them thus. I'm just admiring his work.
You've got a way with words, I'll give you that. All the more reason I don't understand why you don't drink and play dice.
I simply do not want to.
But I fucking do. So come on, Henry. You'll play with me at least.
Nah, why not? Let's have a game.
That's the spirit. You're a man after my own heart.
Careful, friend. Winning money of the captain is never a good idea.
We'll see whose side luck is on today. You must have a...
Shit! How could I have lost?
Some people are born winners. It's been ages since I saw anyone throw so badly.
Hey, don't get too full of yourself. Don't forget who you're talking to. You know what? Let's have a rematch. I'll beat you even if we have to play till morning. And now for a drink. And so St. George hops on his white steed, and he rides to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur that's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Tuts bezeni. Kitchen outdoors.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Will someone please explain to me what the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him. You two, go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it? What are your orders, Lord of Burblaka?
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
That never would have occurred to me. We're lucky to have you here.
Don't make me mad! If your men had done their sentry duty properly, we could have spared ourselves this fuck-up!
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you worry. But now we have to do something.
Alright. You search this place, and I'll go to see Chertan in the infirmary.
Right now? What good can you do there? Be better if you help me here.
Do what I said and don't concern yourself with me. I'll go where I want, when I want.
Fine. Go to hell for all I care. So, Henry, Chertan's at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. Grosov won't do a fucking thing. I'm pissed out of my head. I'd like to hear any suggestions.
Well, the most important thing is to keep this hushed up. Things will really go to shit if anyone finds out.
It's true. Doesn't take much to get that Cuman rabble's blood up. I don't want to end up in a goulash. We're gonna have to sort this out. Being a commander here is a right pain in the arse. Soldiering was different in my day. Nobody would have dared stab an officer right in the camp. Kurwa! You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take care of something in my tent for a while. And you take a torch and search this place.
All right. Go and get some rest, and I'll take a look around.
What do you fucking mean, rest? I'm going to have a think. Talking and thinking until we're all slaughtered. Sigismund wants us all hung, drawn, and quartered. Sing, my friends, soon we'll be gotched like piggies.
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to? And the lock looks scratched. Maybe someone tried to get inside without a key. Was someone trying to steal something? Or perhaps I'm not the only one who's looking to make mischief here. Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Cats to move it out of the camp somehow. Oh, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store will be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? Someone washed off some blood here. A dagger in a pool of blood. Jesus, that must be the one Chertan was stabbed with. But there's nothing special about it. It's the kind ordinary soldiers carry. Trying to find its owner will probably be futile. Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
I found a dagger in the grass by Chertan's tent. It's covered in blood.
You've got eyes like a hawk, Henry. But it's a pretty ordinary dagger, the kind of thing anyone in the camp might have. It was a good find, but I don't think it'll help us much.
Well, we could have all the soldiers searched.
We might as well have a herald announce the stabbing of the whole domain. And it wouldn't even do any good, believe me. 100 men can have 3 pairs of braves between them, but as soon as you have them searched, all of a sudden, by magic, nobody's missing anything, and everyone's got 2 spares of everything. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something. Come on, let's go and see if Moose is done with him yet.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I'd like to know. Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. There's lots of poisons you could add to it, and nobody would notice. Well, until it's too late, of course.
You are probably right, my friend.
How come you even have wine here? You keep saying you're not allowed to drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country. But I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well. But drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough! Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here, but Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir. Give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done in, things will get pretty hot around here for all of us.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
What are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law's enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, aye, murderers too. Sigismund may not have appointed one yet, but I've heard he's put Steber of Stebersitz in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, and Gorzov brings him here, we're all in the shit.
Who is this Stibor of Stebersitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary, and you don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
You really don't have any idea what to do next?
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
All right. How much time do we have? To find the murderer, I mean.
I'm not sure. Grozov will most likely write a report to Sigismund, and delivering it to Sedlitz won't take long. Then he has to decide what to do next, which means sending the Royal Justiciar here. And how long can that take? I'd say we have 2 days or so.
All right. I'll try to distract the guard somehow.
Good idea. Grozov's men are all blockheads. It'll be easy as pie. And Henry, be careful. I'm depending on you.
Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
But Katz himself sent me. I'm supposed to give a message to Musa.
Then you'll have to shout out the message, because nobody's allowed to see.
Huh. What are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. They just came and said I should guard the physician and not let him out of my sight. Even if he wants a piss, I have to go with him. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on, would you?
I heard someone was threatening Musa. They're afraid someone might come and cut his throat. So they thought it best to have him under guard. But you didn't hear it from me. Got that?
Mother of God! Why do I have to be the one to guard him? Am I supposed to get my throat cut for him?
Wouldn't you rather go and have an ale? You won't miss anything here.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. That Moore can look after himself.
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozov said...
Nah, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinge sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood soon after. He was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borumlaka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozov poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I could not poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink, even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same, as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair. Nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to today. The wine must have been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? I may not be as learned as you, but I do know how much herb Paris to put in a potion to make someone fall asleep but not die.
Excellent, my friend. Maybe we can manage this together. The first thing to do is to go to Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage somehow.
You have a whole book just about poisons? Where did you get it?
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Chertan's body and read the book. I can manage that. Who do you think killed Chertan?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
What about Stephen? He's the one who led us to the store.
And he carried Chertan to the infirmary with me. So, he could have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Well, what do you think?
And I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozav, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
I'm sorry.
we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench! He coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ugh. Some poisons are so strong that the body tries to expel them. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Cherton. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing, though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood, but there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasms started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shat himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He threw up on himself, he had spasms, he shat himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
My respects. Excuse me.
Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned.
A knight held captive here died recently. Peter of Sukatleski. Do you know anything about that?
Ah, yes. He was in poor shape when they brought him in, but if they had let me treat him, I might have been able to save him.
Did they forbid you from treating the prisoner?
No, not directly anyway. But let us say they made it very clear to me that the wounded from the king's army were the priority. And there is no shortage of them.
But there hasn't been a battle for some time.
Exactly. They are bored. So they get drunk and knock each other's teeth out or strain their backs in the baths.
What was wrong with him?
I only saw him very briefly, but it was obvious he was in bad shape. He was pale. His eyes were bloodshot. And he was acting like he had been hit very hard on the head.
So it really was illness that killed him then?
Well, partly. But mostly it was negligence and disrespect for human life.
Are you certain that knight could still be helped? Might treating him have been pointless?
Only Allah can cure the ill. I can lessen their pain, put them into a deep sleep or such. But who am I to decide whether or not the pain will return? Or if they will wake up from their sleep? I do have plenty of experience, though. And I think I can recognize who has a chance of surviving and who does not.
Thank you. I'm going now.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
I found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
No, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that.
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
What, you just went off to have a nap?
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to get me.
Why you? Why didn't they go straight to Kat's?
You'll have to ask them. How am I supposed to know? Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Well, it's too soon to be certain. So everyone is a suspect. To tell the truth, there's something about your story that doesn't feel right.
My story? Fuck. Henry, why would I want to kill Chertan?
I don't know. I'm just saying that everyone is a suspect.
Well, you better be fucking certain before you try landing me in the shit. Got that?
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I'd better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Tertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this some kind of loyalty test or something? I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Is there something wrong with that?
I have more important things to do than to try to trick you. I am asking you sincerely, as a friend. Who are you?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world. So I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Ugh, stinks of vomit. Nothing out of the ordinary. Doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. There's nothing here. I reckon those two really are innocent. Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Oak. And dry as a bone. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Calm down. If I wanted to snitch on you, I'd go straight to Katz without bothering to ask you any questions.
Well, let's say you might have a point. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so he had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to shit. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs all over the Empire, just like the one here.
I should probably report you. But I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
That doesn't sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozav. I can't stand that fucker anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? But he'll be executed.
Better him than me. So, can we make a deal?
But there's one condition. The storeroom doesn't blow up until we set off for Sedlets. I need that cannon of yours.
Ah, so that's why you're here. All right, I can arrange that. I'll prepare a long fuse and light it just before departure. With a bit of luck, we'll be long gone when it blows up. But first, we have to get rid of Grozav. I have a poisonous plant here. Put it in the chest in his tent, and at the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan.
All right. Give it here. I'll take care of it.
I can't wait to see that stuck-up idiot Grozav in irons.
Weaving something like that must have been one hell of a job. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. Beautiful, but empty. No poison.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings. He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Oh, that's Valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
What's that you're taking there? He's over there, stealing from them!
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings, Master Guard. Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast? You're yanking my pizzle. Go and find some more evidence. So Seaboy hasn't arrived yet in any case. Keep close to the others. It's not safe here.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Sir, I can assure you that Musa did nothing wrong.
I was waiting for you to pipe up, cats. Tell me, why should I believe the word of a low-born drunkard? Especially when it seems you and Musa are good friends.
Because I can prove everything I say to you. I tasked Henry here, one of my best soldiers, to find out what really happened to Chertan.
Him? Well, I shall definitely have to hear what he has to say. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Sir, people don't murder each other for no reason. They murder mostly for revenge or profit, and Musa had no motive. You can ask everyone in the camp. Musa never had any quarrel with Chertan.
But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozov of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't going to let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
So Grozov was most likely trying to steal black powder. It's very valuable, and often gets stolen, I've heard. But Chertan caught him in the act. There was a fight, and that's how it ended.
Me? Stealing? What impudence!
What do you base this on?
There was powder scattered all over the storeroom floor. Chertan disturbed Sir Grozov, then he spilt the powder.
I've had enough of this. Another word and I'll have your tongue cut out.
But Sir Grozov, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow? You don't have anything to hide, do you?
Me? Of course not.
See then? We shall continue. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink. I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Grozov went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had time to poison the wine Musa gave to Chertan.
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozov, what actually happened?
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
You brewed it up yourself. You have lots of poisonous plants in your tent. You can go and see for yourself, sir. He has a chest full of them.
You fucking liar!
Silence! I've heard more than enough. Sir Grozov, you will come with me.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must be punished.
But I didn't do anything!
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me!
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm! It's all your fault anyway! I won't let you put this on me, you hear? I'll get you! Ah! Ah!
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Cherton had to die because of it. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasantness you suffered.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
And then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time. Everything all right, Sir Stibor?
No need to worry. Just because I spend all day sitting on my rear end doesn't mean I forgot.
Don't think I can't see you.
Relax. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Lucky for you.
I'm sorry.
You really don't know anything about this? But Savish invited all his men.
Like I said, we were away. Savish has to find some bastard who's been ambushing travelers. How was it? Did Yezek come back and try his luck again?
Who knows where the devil he's...
Good. Niga.
Themselves the Blemites. They have neither head nor neck. Their face
I'd like to use your services.
Certainly. My...
Ten-
Great.
I'll glad.
Extra.
I bandaged that wound for you. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cuman's asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.